started yet, and I'm already getting slightly aggravated. And let me tell you why I'm getting just slightly aggravated. Do you realize what this guy is charged with? He's not charged with like credit card scamming or, robbery or whatever, right? This guy is charged with something that's very serious. And in the black community, and when I was talking with this with definitely other people, is that this has been going on in the black community for a long time. How many people have heard about certain family members you don't leave kids with? Come on, I'm not telling you to reveal who the family member is. But certain people say, nah, you're like, oh, leave the kids with Uncle so-and-so. No, I ain't leaving them with him. They say, nah, I'm taking them kids. Or you got a family member trying to get all touchy-feely with the kids, and everybody talking about the R. Kelly situation. How did he get started? He was molested by a female. What if he was never molested by a female? Then he wouldn't have went down this dark and demented road that he went down. I don't get some of y'all in the black community. Just because you like somebody doesn't mean they should not be held to actually a higher standard if you're going to start speaking the way, this gentleman was speaking. He was the one running around here talking about the black woman is God. You mean to tell me you're going to hurt a little girl or have the accusations coming up? That should not be nowhere near you. Because men know, fathers know, like, you don't be around children like that. I mean, you got men things to do anyway. So what the hell wrong with y'all? Then I seen some people in the comments, are you sure the charges were upgraded? See, you don't read anything. Because I saw the video where he said he was celebrating. I'm like, are you serious? You celebrating? Like you won the case? But I will make sure to take the time to give you guys education, since he won't do it, education on what the charges are, what the Florida statutes are, and what time he can get with this. I don't know why he's celebrating. It ain't nothing to celebrate. Not at all. And one thing I'm going to keep saying, this guy has never one time said, hey, look, I'm innocent of this. There's no way, no how I did this, and this going to come out. I'm telling y'all know your brother. You know I wouldn't do nothing like that. He never said that. You can say that without talking about the case. Don't tell me you can't say that. Now, yes, I know he pled not guilty. I know that. But we'll get to him in the courtroom and all of that. But outside of all that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the stream today. It's your first time. If it's your first time, I appreciate you. You may see me look to the side because my computer is over here, camera's there. So I'm looking different directions for different things, okay? So thank you for joining us on the show today. It's been a while, like I said, since I've done a live stream talking without you. You may see me look down a little bit here and there. Thank you, Kiana Perkins. Thank you, Sister Kiana Perkins, for becoming a member of our channel. We greatly appreciate you. All of those who on our Patreon page, those of you that send cash apps, make sure I cover everybody. Those of you join the website, and just many different things. Those of you who like to send, money orders and things like that. Now, about the checks things, let me talk about that. Some people like to send checks. As of probably here in the next few weeks, we're probably going to stop accepting that and just say, hey, money orders or cashier's check only, just so there won't be no hiccups or problems with that. I've always been leery about accepting that, and because sometimes we may not cash it till a few weeks after you send it, right? And maybe you had it right then and there. So just to not run into those problems, we're probably going to get away from that. But now, the main thing you want to talk about, we also want to talk about the title also. We say is that thinking for yourself is deemed dangerous to certain factions in this particular country. We'll get to that as well. So let's talk about Brotha Polight here. So we know he had a hearing on the other day, I'm getting ahead of myself, the 15th of September. And we had Sister Chanel in the courtroom just to, be there to observe and and see what's going on, so we can kind of hear it, first from someone within the courtroom themselves. That way they can report back, to me. I have certain other things, with this as well. I'm committed to following this case and having someone or a few people within these courtrooms, because we're not going to get secondhand information, not on this one. We're not going to allow Mr. Sir to be trying to, finesse and all that like he likes to do online. And unfortunately, because some black folks don't want to research anything, unfortunately, because they like him, for whatever reason they like him and don't care if they like him. So we want to make sure to follow this case. But I got a video from Sister Chanel. Now, like I said, this is kind of like her first, let me see, ooh, Lord, it's right here. It'll be her first time doing this. And like I said, we are a place that people can learn and train and do different things like that. But I want to make sure to play her video from when she was in the courtroom. And then now she kind of got his name screwed up. She's going to say kind of another last name, let you know ahead of time. But I just kind of got this video in. But let me play this quick video, and then I'm going to come back with the charges. You'll see them, and then we're going to go through and explain them. So give me a second here.
Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are. My name is Chanel, and I am here with the African Diaspora News Channel to give you guys an update on Mr. Polight, also known as Michael Knox. He had a hearing today in the Miami courthouse, and I visited, and so I went down to the Miami courthouse, and I was in the hearing for Michael Knox, and he did not show up, you guys. I know you guys all thought that he was going to go to jail today for his hearing, but he did not even show up. His lawyer was on the phone. He had an opportunity to show up via Zoom, but he didn't even do that. So the judge, I forget his name, but at the Miami courthouse, basically they were talking about how they're going to reschedule his hearing. If you don't know, he got out on bond for the amount of $10,000, and he was charged on 3 accounts. And basically the whole situation is that he is allegedly guilty, even though he is pleading innocent. Now you guys all know that he was being charged with being with a minor. The child was 14 years old or younger, and he had no business with this woman. Now, well, this young girl, I should say. And as we all know, Mr. Polight is married to multiple women, but these women also have children. Now, mind you, they're not children of his own. So this young woman that he is allegedly was caught in a hotel room with and has sexual allegations against, it's just not looking good for him. So they had to reschedule. They even said that he would have to be up early in the morning. They made it seem like he's not a morning person, but the fact of the matter is the whole situation just does not look good. You have a minor that is not your child who you wanted to take out to a club, and in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think, leave it in the comments. 14-year-old, that's too young to even go to a club. Why do you have a child at a club where obviously adult things happen? Like, she doesn't need to be in that type of environment. And again, this is just my opinion. But those are the allegations against him, the charges with being with the minor. That just doesn't sit right. And what also doesn't sit right is the fact that if you go on to his Instagram where he is talking about the situation, he never once said that he was innocent, that he didn't do or commit what he is accused of. And I find that that's very weird, skeptical, because if I didn't do something, I'm going to, hey, I didn't do it. But, it was just really weird how he was talking about the whole situation as if, and then I feel like he kind of had the conversation go left to something that wasn't even about the whole situation. When it comes to how flashy he is and what he does, and like, nobody cares. It's about the child. There are children here. So, anyway, Mr. Polight, once again, did not show it, and I felt like that on his behalf was not a good look, obviously. So he did not go to jail because he did not show up. So we'll say that. Now, even though he is claiming innocence, we're just going to have to see I believe that it's going to be rescheduled. I want to say next month, but I'll have facts for you guys at a later date. Leave comments, leave your thoughts. Tell me what you think.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, let me tell you something about that. I'm happy the sister done that. I remember when I first started doing this long ago. And if you would watch my videos from when I first started to the videos now, I'm not the same guy. I remember when Sister One Gail started with us to now. I mean, we all, progress, and somebody got to start somewhere. And I'm happy, and appreciative of her going to that courtroom, and I didn't have to be in there. I didn't have to do anything. And, like I said, it's just good. I appreciate that and thank her for her thoughts on that. Now, let's get to these charges, because you have some silly Negroes that's showing up here. And unfortunately, the chat right now is on a subscriber chat. So I'm having some people who subscribe to this channel that's some straight up weirdos right now. Straight up. So this comes from the Miami-Dade clerk of what they said about it. Okay. So I see some of y'all, believing his BS, talking about he gonna sue people. Okay, so you gonna sue the Miami-Dade clerk too? Are you gonna sue them? I mean, you worrying about the wrong people. Now, the first charges, hold on, let me see what this is. All right. So the first charges themselves, that he had the engagement with, I'm trying not to say that word too much because we're not trying to get dinged here, but you see what that is. It was a felony here, and he was charged with the battery of a 12 to 17 with over 18. Okay. So in that hearing, they put that one as no action. So then they backdoored and did this. They added 4 charges. These 4 that you see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to read to you exactly what they are by the Florida statutes. Okay. So because he's not going to tell you this. So let's just get some information. So the first one and second one, these are 2 charges. Okay. The lewd and lascivious, I'm going to say violation. You can get up to 25 years for that. So under the Florida statute, section 800.04, lewd and lascivious, I'm going to say violation, can be established by a prosecutor if they can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you intentionally touched in a lewd and lascivious way they say the breast, the genitals, genitalia, the behind, even over the clothes of a person who is under 16 years old. Alternatively, it can be established by proving that you forced or enticed someone under 16 years old to touch you in a lewd or lascivious way. Okay. Now that charge alone gets you up to 25 years, and you would have to register it as a offender. Okay. He did not tell you that in that video, because I saw the video that some of you guys are talking about. Now let's look at charge number 3 here, which is also a felony. That is lewd and lascivious conduct that can get you up to 15 years in prison. Now the Florida statute 800.04 sets out the definitions to be used in determining whether a defendant is guilty of the crime of lewd and lascivious conduct. The statute contains 4 categories of offenses: lewd and lascivious battery, lewd and lascivious I'm gonna say violation, lewd and lascivious conduct, and then we're talking about lewd and lascivious exhibition, which we're gonna get to that. Now I say the conduct is described as intentional touching or solicitation of a person under the age of 16 to be punishable under the statute. The conduct must have been both lewd and lascivious. If the offender is 18 years or older, the crime is of the 2nd degree. For people under 18, the crime is of a felony of the 3rd degree. It said the types of violation activity prohibited by the statute include, I'm trying to say this in a way, the 3 areas that people use to do relations. I mean, adults can figure out what it is. I'm not trying to say all those words that can get you dinged. Of the victims, is it either the defendant's organ, which one we're talking about, or another object. Now he can get up to 15 years in prison for that as well, and have to register as an offender. Number 4 itself, it is the lewd and lascivious exhibition for someone under 16 by someone over 18. That is a felony as well. A prosecutor in Florida can establish lewd and lascivious exhibition under Florida Statute 800.04 if they can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, in the presence of someone 16 or older, intentionally pleasured themselves, intentionally exposed their private parts in a lewd and lascivious way, or intentionally perpetrated another violation act not involving actual physical or we say violation contact with the victim, including sadomasochistic. Oh, that's that long word. Hold on, I just said it. Sadomasochistic. That word is bad too. You know that word they use with charges. They say bestiality and simulating a violation act. They say lewd and lascivious ascribe acts that are done with a sensual intent, lustful intent, unchaste intent, wicked intent, and we know this is wicked, or licentious intent. Now this is the thing here. This is coming directly from them. Now he's supposed to have a hearing on the 17th because the prosecutor wants to increase his bond. Because if think about it, if what he told you was right and they just drop in charges, why do prosecutors want to increase his bond? Why? I heard the recording. I got it. Okay, I heard it word for word, and that's what this hearing is for, to increase his bond. And what Chanel said is yes, he did not show up. The judge is like, why isn't he here? Why? You know, he said, can you get him on Zoom? He didn't show up on Zoom. Now he's sitting up here, you know, talking crap online. You think the prosecutor's not watching that? He playing the game with them folks. Let me tell you something. Them folks are good at putting you in their slavery system. They have made a system of it, and they make a lot of money off of it. And the way he's talking is he wagging his finger, you know, at them folks. For what? Like, you worried about YouTubers talking about you? That what you worried about? Them folks just about to increase your bond, bruh. You facing being on the list that everywhere you got to go, you got to sign up on. You know the list I'm talking about. And they got a stay away order they're going to be talking about Friday on your behind. To the point that you can't even be around your own kids and you getting up here like celebrating like you won something. Man, when I calculate all them charges and you go back and look at that charge, let me see, go back here, the last one. Contributing to delinquency of a minor, which is a misdemeanor, you can get up to a year on that. So why is he celebrating when you got all these freaking charges, you know, that's all felonies, and can get you some freaking, like, you add up all that time, that's about 81 years they can get you on if he's convicted on all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want to, like, oh my God. And the bad part about all this, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the bad part, is that a lot of you sit here and go along with his mess with this. Like what's wrong with some of y'all in this black community? Little black girls or even women suffering different things, and y'all just immediately coming up down in them and say, oh, it's this and that. No. I'm not saying that you don't look into something. You don't make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's on something. I'm not saying you don't do that. But you act like these different groups and all of that, they got started like the Me Too's and all that, like black women, they the ones spearheaded all that mess. Them folks spearheaded it, and they told Toronto Burke, man, Toronto Burke is used by them folks. And that's just call it what it is. They don't care nothing about no black girl, no black women. But in our community, we supposed to care. We supposed to care. And as a father, I'm talking about as a father. See, I have a thought process when it comes to guys doing this, and I can't say on YouTube how I feel it should be handled. Oh, I can't say it all. Understand that. But at minimum, he shouldn't have got no bail for this. Why is he in the state of California with this going on? How was he allowed to leave? That's what I don't understand. And don't be coming up here talking about, oh, the white man trying to bring me down. Man, stop all that, bro. Stop. They got DNA. That's why they put out a warrant on your behind, man. But unfortunately, in our community, we got people that will sit up here and like someone and will believe whatever they tell them, even though they got things, you know, and they say, yeah, see the white man coming down on me and white supremacy. Look, I talk about white supremacy all day long. But one thing I understand in our community, we got devils in our community too. We got snakes in our community. Y'all focus so much on people supposedly scamming all the time. Everybody a scammer, but you ain't talking about this sort of thing that's going on. You know, the R. Kellys get to roam around the community, and just because you like them, you overlook what they're doing. Even if somebody say, man, I saw that dude do this. I saw him do that. Nobody want to look into it like, oh, they lying anyway. Or calling an underage girl a woman. Oh, she a woman anyway. Oh, she probably threw herself on him. Like that's what pedophiles say. You are right, LMNOP. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's a lot of them in our community. And you know why they can last? Is because we don't have a check and balance system in our community. Because if a certain thing would happen to them, like things used to be taken care of back in the day, everyone in the community would know, okay, that's not nothing we want to pull here. But don't come to my page like you celebrating something with him, or you defending him, or telling me something that he said about, oh, I'm going to say this about some YouTubers. Like, okay, go ahead. Make sure you sue them white folks too that was talking. They was talking. Sue them too. It's called reporting the news. It's called First Amendment. The only thing people can't do on you is lie on you. They can't do that. And even if you try to bring something that's civil, it's not criminal. But y'all need to listen, this reading comprehension and this listening comprehension in the black community I'm never not say the black community. In America, it is the worst I've ever seen it. You don't want to read at all. And you don't listen very well. Or you hear one thing and you run with it, or you get in your emotions about something and you immediately shut off what's being said in the situation and you go along with it. Shoot, you're talking about listening and reading. Look at this situation. We talk about Jim Crow Joe. Oh, Lord. Boy, y'all getting y'all feelings about that man like y'all was in a relationship with him. Like, man, are y'all in a relationship with that man or something? Y'all get y'all feelings hurt. Y'all defend this man. I'm like, y'all defend this man like I said, like that was your ex or something. Or your baby daddy or something. The way some of y'all defend them. Dudes, too. I'm not talking about just women. Oh, you better not say nothing about that. Don't talk about God. Because I told y'all time and time again, even with that mess. But to wrap up with, because I'm going to get to this next section I need to get to, with Polight, don't come over here to my channel defending him. Don't come here telling me like he's celebrating something when he's facing all these freaking charges. When I read those statutes, I'm like, ooh, what is he talking about? I said, man, them folks about to lace him up. Nobody here is going to defend no freaking actions against our children. I am a father. I have 4 daughters. Why would I sit up here and say that crap? Some of y'all don't have, I guess, daughters. I guess not. Because you know good and well, if that'd been your kid, you want hellfire and brimstone to come down. But because it's somebody else's kid, well, her mama should have known better than that. What you mean her mama should have known better than that? No, he should have known better than that. He said, first of all, I'm not that girl daddy. And if anybody needs to be around, you need to be around. Why am I going to take her anywhere? No. So that's the charges. We'll give you guys and ladies an update on this once we hear about the new bail, it'd be easy to kind of find out about that. But yeah, so let me get to the next part of this. Oh God. Okay. Person, y'all just discovered that. Listen, child, kids, doesn't matter. You know who I'm talking about. Sister Sandra, I don't care about it either. All right, so let's get to the next. Let's get to the next one here. I need to talk about here about saying thinking for yourself is deemed dangerous to certain factions. Why thinking for yourself is dangerous, ladies and gentlemen? Why? People that are an educated people and people that actually think for themselves are dangerous to those who have an authoritarian mindset. This is why it has been on purpose to dumb down American society. Because when you dumb down American society or any society, you could tell them something and they'll just run with it and believe it and not question it. And when someone that uses your brain for a minute and asks certain questions, what's happening is, and I have to say this, it's the truth, we are seeing the Democrats come with a vicious, very, very vicious silencing and bullying campaign against anyone that questions them. First of all, that's not America. That's not how America's supposed to work. We don't live in an authoritarian government. This is what happens in North Korea. This is what happens in certain African countries too. In certain African countries, you better not say nothing about the president or certain leaders over there, because you're going to disappear. Those of you from the African continent that could be watching, you can put your country in. You put it in the chat. Let them know what country that do that, where people disappear because you spoke against the president or you spoke against the national narrative. Come on now. You know who those presidents are. I don't have to name them. So if you look at the way our bodies are made by the Lord, we have a brain here. Our brains and mind is individual to ourselves. It's not connected to nobody else's brain unless someone maybe is conjoined or something like that. But if it's not that situation, our brains are ours. Meaning God has given you your own brain, your own mind, to use it and to think. Okay? To think about what you do, what you say, what choices you make in life, etc. This is why people say, well, you chose that or you did this, right? Because in your mind, that's a decision you chose to make. But you have a certain faction in this country right now that's pushing and trying to usher in authoritarian rule. And the sad part about this is that you can't just say boule and all that all the time. Because what I'm finding out is it's not just boule that's okay with this authoritarian rule. See, I understand why the boule want it. Because the boule needs white supremacy to continue, because that's what butters their biscuit, right? We get that. But there's a lot of you that is actually cool with authoritarian rule. You're cool with bullying people for just saying, wait, hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? Black people should be the last people on planet Earth to even go along with that. Based on our history throughout the world and definitely in this country. If we looked at somebody, the white folk funny, we getting strung up to a tree. If we say something that they deem is not right to a white person or a white woman or whatever, we getting tortured and our body parts getting cut up and they buying your body parts and putting it on their mantle as remembrance of the lynching. We couldn't even have a family. The Klan showing up, just terrorizing us for any old thing. We know about authoritarianism. We know about terrorism. We know about it all. So because we know about all this, our people fought to get through that, even to where they at today. And then now, you mean to tell me what our ancestors have fought through, a lot of you are still willing to give that up to go along with Democrat Massa? Because he told you what's good for you? When have these people ever did anything right by us, man? They ain't done crap for us. And listen, people that don't do me right, I don't listen to them. You know why I don't listen to them? Because you don't have a track record with me. You should do this. You should do that. Okay, let me look at what you did for me for the past 5 years. You did nothing but make my life worse? Hell no. Why is it some of you are so willing? It's like you want to be on somebody's plantation because you want someone to tell you what to do. Even when I point out all the different things that Jim Crow Joe and them are doing, the first thing you say, well, will you tell me what to do? Why do I have to tell somebody grown what to do? Why? You got a brain, remember? Think, McFly, think. Somebody always got to tell you what to do. Tell you where to go. Tell you how to move politically. Tell you. They can present information. That's all I'm supposed to do is present information. But you get in your feelings because I'm touching God, because that's called what I told you before. White Jesus and Democrat is the God of black folk. And because I'm touching that, you getting emotional. Why are you making a video like that on TikTok, Phil? Why are you talking about that on Instagram? What is wrong with you? Really? Huh. Well, what was I supposed to do? I mean, I had to make a choice between, Biden and Trump. What was I supposed to do? And I have to really tell you that. And then this the sad part. We tell you, everybody in the black media told you. Everybody told you that you had 3 choices, not 2. Then you try to lean on, well, Phil, my ancestors died to vote, Phil, so I just got to do it. No, they fought for the right to. That's what they fought for. And they didn't go start the civil rights movement just to vote. You want to relegate the civil rights movement to voting? Really? And then the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act was given to you on lease. Like I told you before, every 25 years or so, they had to vote to extend your civil rights as black people. This is why Joe Biden said, hey, I voted for the Civil Rights Act. Because he basically telling you, look, black people, I voted to give you another 25-year lease. Means your civil rights aren't permanent. My civil rights aren't permanent. They have not had a bill where your civil rights and mine is permanent. White folks' civil rights are permanent, but not mine and yours. Let me see what else I've been told. I must be getting paid by the RNC. They need to send me a check then. I ain't got it because we can use it over here. I got people to pay. I got bills to pay. So if they're going to send one, send it. Because I'm touching your God. And the thing is, when I talk about your God, because they God. That's probably what it is. They God. That's why they can show up in church. And you're like, oh my God. Yes. Man's here. You know what I'm saying? God is here. And they know how you look at them. No other group looks at them like that but you. They know your trigger words. They know them. When they say the words systemic racism, oh my God. When they say, police brutality, equity, social justice, they throw all these words out and y'all get excited by that, but they never really say that they're doing it for you. specifically for black people. Do they say that to you? No. Now, the funny part is, when I was talking about Trump, if I was doing the research, I think I made 109 videos on Trump. I had people saying I was a liberal, that the Democrat Party must be paying me. I heard the same thing. Now, because I'm talking about Biden, now it's the same thing. I must be a Republican. They paying me. I mean, like, which one is it? Is a Democrat paying me? Is a Republican paying me? Or maybe I'm just talking about some truth that you can't refute. Just maybe. Then another thing y'all say to try to, you do whataboutisms. That's another thing that's so sad. When we bring up something that's not happening for our community. This is the thing. I'm talking about what's happening in our community. I'm pointing out what's not being done in our community. When some of you silly African Americans, I want to say another word, tell me, well, why you ain't saying nothing about the Republicans? Did you give the Republicans almost 90% of your votes? Did you? So why would I say much about them when you invested all your political clout in the Democrats? So wouldn't that be the people that I should look at and say, hey, why aren't you doing nothing for African Americans? Because they voted for you. But some of y'all are just cool with recognition, like I told you before. When your God gives you recognition, when your God tells you that you're not black unless you vote for him, and you go out and do it anyway, do you know how silly we look before the world as black American people? That this man can say this on a worldwide platform, and you still went in. Well, Phil, at least he better than Trump. And that's all you got to say out the matter. Asian hate crime bill, Asian community, they get $50 million. Well, Phil, at least he better than Trump. Okay, got it. He's enforcing mandates on you now. Say something about that. Well, Phil, hey, at least he better than Trump. Did Trump put in a mandate? Did he do that? He's still better than him. Look at what happened January the 6th. That was a white on white crime event. That had nothing to do with us. Not many black folks involved with that one. So what I'm going to say about that? That's white on white crime. You know I don't cover white on white crime. Unless they come over here to run off at the mouth about violence on black people, and I got to show them who they are. What else? You can't bring up the record of your God at all. Now I'm talking about the whole party. You think the Republicans don't do something for us? No. And the Democrats sure ain't gonna do nothing for you. So anything else you want to ask me? Because you're supposed to be doing it for yourself. You're supposed to know how to play the political game. And you don't. And once again, I'm going to bring this up. You're talking about reparations. Ice Cube came out to contract with Black America, right? He wanted to talk to Biden and Trump, which was the right way to do it. Present what the black community needs of both of them and give them both a chance to see what they want to do or not do. And whatever one is going to lean more to what you want to do, that's the one you go with. No, hell no. Talking to Trump? For what? I told y'all, because of Trump's narcissism, you can get more out of him because he's narcissistic. He wants to be praised. He wants to feel like he done something good for people. He wants that honor, right? You could have played on Donald Trump's narcissism very easily. People like Trump is very easy to get something out of. But that freaking Biden, no. That's an old devil. You ain't, Clyburn, he set up there. And listen, it's not even and I was talking to some of the brothers today in the barbershop. They had, 16 other Democrat candidates that they could have went with. Younger people, a lot of them. They didn't even have this man's track record. Didn't even have his track record. You mean to tell me out of all those Democrats, if you want to vote Democrat, you couldn't pick nobody else? Nobody. That man's candidacy was in the toilet. And y'all let Jim Crow Clyburn put this man in front of y'all. And y'all just went with it. Instead of like not him. Try another Democrat, but not that one. They had, I'm thinking a lot of the other Democrats, minus a few of them, but a lot of other Democrats would have been a lot better than what this guy got going on. I think so. But it haven't even been a year, ladies and gentlemen. It haven't even been a year. And look at all the craziness that's going on. And I'm trying to be careful in a whole lot I want to say. And the reason why I don't make certain videos here, I don't allow no contributor, other fellow journalists make any content like that I want to really make here, is because the CEO of YouTube said something and I said, we can't do that. So let me play a clip of what she had to say. Just give me a second. And I'm gonna give y'all a warning too while I'm in the process of doing this. I'm trying to put y'all on some game on your channel. So just give me a second.
Talk about that is raising authoritative information. But then we also talk about removing information that is problematic. Of course, anything that is medically unsubstantiated. So people saying like, take vitamin C, take turmeric, like those all will cure you. Those are the examples of things that would be a violation of our policy. Anything that would go against World Health Organization recommendations would be a violation of our policy. And so remove is another really important part of our policy.
All right. That's why I don't really say much about what I really want to say on here, is because basically if you are not having the narrative and if you want to even question the narrative, she just said it was going to happen. 2 people I know lost their whole channel behind it. 2. Making a legitimate content, asking questions, all of that, and boom. But you'll lose your channel over that, but Lil Nas X can sit up here and do the mess he's doing on YouTube. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion could have all the butt shaking they want on YouTube. Cardi B can have, sex toys, everything else on YouTube. That's cool. But if we have a conversation, you know what I'm saying? And Silicon Valley, what political leaning do Silicon Valley have? I don't like authoritarianism. And every time I call authoritarianism out, people attack me for it. I'm talking about in my own community. I'm not even talking about them folks. I'm not even talking about them. Even Fox, of all people, starting to say that now. I said, I want they be watching my page or something. I've been calling out authoritarianism. You don't want that in America. You don't. If you let politicians take away your rights, you're not getting them back. Think about that. If we go back to September 11th, 2001, before the Patriot Act, I remember flying before that happened. And you didn't have all this stuff that go on now in airports. Now, after that, these folks can get access to everything now. And Snowden told you what they're doing. He told you. Now, Jim Crow Joe, on top of doing all the stuff he's doing, do you know that he's trying to slide in that $3.5 trillion budget bill? He wants to slide in where the IRS can have to make the banks give a monthly report if you're making over $600, you have over $600 in your bank account. He wants to sit up there and have access to your bank account. For what? I understand if it's a criminal investigation or something like that, that's one thing. But just to be free, just giving out your account information. Well, they say, well, it's because the rich people, they getting out not paying taxes. Man, that's not how it's going to go down. And we all know it. Any law they put in is going to affect the middle class. That's who it's going to affect. Now, to me, that's not only invasion of privacy. Look, that's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Unreasonable searches and seizures. I mean, so that's what we doing now. Like I said, I mean, what are we freaking the People's Republic of China now? Because that's exactly what that is. That's the Chinese Communist Party. That's how they move. I didn't hear Trump say do that. I'm just saying. I keep telling people these midterms coming up. I'm telling you, them folks got to get shooken up. Them folks got to go. I'm just saying, because it's like, this is way too much. And now let me tell you something. The small business owner is going to suffer with these policies. On top of that, he wants to raise the tax rate up. Anyone in small business, some of you brothers and sisters that could be a small business, or anybody who subscribed could be a small business. Don't tell me you didn't like the Trump tax cuts. I'm not talking about people that just, and then also what Trump did in that, he gave people a payroll tax cut too. Well, people seeing more and more in their checks. This dude want to get rid of all that, which put more money in people's pocket. You mean to tell me that you got a business? And listen, a person making $400,000 a year, that's no money for a business. That is no money. You did okay, but you're not really sitting on money like that. Come on now. Those of you in business know what I'm talking about. You got to pay your monthly retainer for your CPA, right? So they can keep up with your books. You got to pay your employees. That's a responsibility. If any benefits you're going to give to them, right? You got to pay for uniforms, a building, internet, lights, mortgage, or lease. You got to keep up with certain certifications no matter what you're in, maintenance on different things that you have. You may have to rent equipment. That's something that you write off. I mean, and by the time you get through all your business expenses, you may have some money left. I'm not saying you're going to be broke, but come on, you want to raise up the tax rate at $400,000. Why are you saying $400,000, Jim Crow Joe? Why didn't you say $2 million? Because Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and all them billionaires. So do it at 2 million. Hell, do it at $1 million. I'm fine with that too. Well, $400,000? No, he said $400,000 so it could sweep up the middle class, the person that's doing just a little bit better. And there's more people in that range than the Jeff Bezos and the Bill Gates range. And that's who's going to suffer that the most. I'm telling y'all. Stop drinking all the Kool-Aid of what Massa on the left giving you, man. This is no good. Because, yeah, today you may not be making $400,000. But what if tomorrow you say, man, I'm going to start this business. You know, some of you walk away from your job because they're trying to force that thing on you. And you start a business and, man, this business is generating. This business is doing good now. You and your wife or you and your husband, y'all starting to do good. Then this cat put this in. And he was like, shoot, we were starting to see a little money. Now, look, they taking the money away with taxes. And then if you don't have your business structure right, you get hit with taxes already. If you got a sole prop, you getting hit with 30%. That's why you need an LLC with S Corp. So you can drop that down to about 15%. Pay your kids. You can pay them as a write-off too. There's a whole lot of things you can do as a write-off. Even as a quote-unquote YouTuber, you better know how to structure your situation because you owe a whole lot of money in taxes. Some of y'all making some money on here. And them checks is nice, aren't they? Until you see that IRS bill, and some of y'all get a $40,000 and $50,000 bill talking about, why I owe that much? They hitting you on the self-employment tax at 30%. So people are paying enough, man. Y'all not paying attention to this. And then let me get to the last thing I want to talk about with these people, how they know how to trigger you. Let me check the chat for a minute. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out. I'm gonna glance down. He said the median income in the USA is $50,000. So what? You can make $50,000 this year and turn around and start a business and make it. You can start a podcast tomorrow, and your podcast could take off. and you can make some money. Who cares? That's that kind of comment that says, well, them putting that tax thing in not going to affect me. That's that kind of response. So you mean you want to stay at 50,000 the rest of your life? Is that what you're making? Hell no, nobody want to stay there. If you want to be in a mediocre position, that's you. But a lot of my brothers and sisters don't want no mediocre position because you don't want a mediocre life. Y'all want to drive Mercedes. Y'all want to go buy a Louis Vuitton. Y'all gonna want to go buy a Gucci. Y'all go buy a Jordan. Y'all go buy everything out here. The newest iPhone. So at least we can go buy it and have some money. Yeah, Anthony, that's a selfish response. Let me hit this super chat. Thank you, EMS. I appreciate you. Say, speak that truth. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm trying to do the Lord's work out here, brother. I'm trying, but it's hard. It's hard doing the Lord's work out here. It's hard, brother. The Lord's work is not easy, especially dealing with a stiff-necked and stubborn people that's in our community. Stiff-necked and stubborn. Now, I'm going to say this. It's sad, not really sad, but it's the truth. Some of the things I'm talking about on TikTok with them folk, when you're talking about what these folks trying to do to everybody, and also a few other things, them folks are jumping on what I'm talking about more than sometimes my own people. I'm like, what is this about? Or I just did a video, I think on TikTok and Instagram, where we're talking about Jim Crow Joe's great-great-great-great-grandfather owned slaves, underage boys to be exact. You got Negroes. Well, that's not surprising. This is not news. Huh? All white people own slaves. Oh, boy. If you actually studied history, you would know not every white person owns slaves. That'd be like saying every white person owns Amazon. They don't. There's a lot of poor white folks over here. Poor. Why do you think a lot of them came here? Because they ain't have crap in Europe. And then when they came over here, you know, we had built everything up. They got all this free land and set asides. They got all this mess coming over here. They ain't have crap. Some of them, yeah, had slaves. Like, yeah, that's true. But not every single freaking white person had a slave. You need to study your American history a little bit. But when I did that particular video, when they were talking about Biden had slaves in his family, I said, oh, well, you know, the apple usually don't fall too far from the tree. That's why he has this, you know, attitude toward black folk. Like, I ain't got to do nothing for y'all because I'm so used to being served by y'all because it's in my family lineage to be served by y'all and to do things for you know what I'm saying? I got your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nothing. Now, check this out. Those of you who go to HBCUs, Trump actually gave money to the HBCUs. Biden come in there and cut the funding. What's up with that? But none of the Democrat shields going to talk about how he cut funding to the HBCUs. They're not going to talk about it. They stay freaking quiet. And that's your problem. You are Democrat first and not about this. Them people can do whatever they want to do. Now let me get to two people that you probably think I'm not going to talk about. Last week, I made a video about Larry Elder. Let me check something real quick. All right. I made a video about Larry Elder last week. You remember that also? And I talked about his comments on the Candace Owens show. If you haven't seen that, go look at it. Okay. Now remember, it was Gavin Newsom, Larry Elder. They was running for the recall, okay, in California, which was a bipartisan effort, actually, to recall, because Gavin Newsom, I went to California. I got to see it for myself. He's ruining that state. Oh, my God, the homeless situation, I'm telling you, it's nothing I've never seen before. I mean, from when I went last in 2018 to this year, like I say, when I went in August. When I went in August, it's bad. Gas prices through the roof. through the roof. Violence is up. Wildfires everywhere, not even managing that right. Water is low. Can get in a water crisis. This man has an open border policy. And all of that, and the COVID lockdowns. He kept people locked down more than any other state. A lot of businesses went under because of how long he kept things locked down. And that's not, and I'm going to tell you what, as a country, we should never allow that again. How is it one man could tell millions of people that you can't provide for your family? Man, look, I'll put on a mask. I'll put on a hazmat suit, whatever I got to do, but I got to go feed my family. I'm not going to sit up here and let my baby starve. I'm not going to let my wife starve. I'm not going to have a roof over my head because you say so. But then it's video of you in your restaurant with no mask on, no nothing. Man, oh, hell no, right? So they were scared of Larry Elder. I've been watching the whole thing. They were scared. The Democrats spent millions of dollars on advertising and everything because of Larry Elder, of all people. Now, Larry Elder, we have called out Larry Elder for years of his raccooning. We have. But I'm going to start off on Larry Elder and I'm going to get to Nicki Minaj. Anytime a black person get out of a place that your master on the left wants you to be in, they have a certain way of attacking you. And the problem with us as a community, you talking about this code situation. Let me tell you something. It's our job to call out all the raccoons. It's our job to deal with them in certain ways, how we choose to deal with our raccoons. They're ours to deal with. But there's certain lines that you can't let these folks cross, even with the raccoons. You ever heard that statement? Look, it ain't about you. I can't stand you. But it's more so the bigger picture and the purpose right now. Why I'm going to have to deal with you. Now, you got some black folks say, man, that's what they get. Da, da, da. I'm telling y'all, listen what I'm telling y'all. You had a Mzungu female. And some people will disagree with me, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. You had a Mzungu female go up where this man was walking. Well, with his people, whatever. And she had on a gorilla mask. And this gorilla mask was all black. And she threw like an egg at him. She ended up punching one of his people in the face or whatever. Now, the story wasn't that this Mzungu female showed up with a gorilla mask at a black man. But I guarantee you, if the role was reversed and it was the MAGA people showed up with a gorilla mask, oh my God, CNN would have been all on that. MSNBC. Look at how racist they are. Wait a minute. What about, that's racism too to me. And once again, I call out Larry Elder. I just made a video about his raccooning. But it ain't about him at that point. I'm thinking about the bigger picture of our people. How our people sit up there and say, hey, wait a minute. I don't like him either. I don't. But you not about to do this in front of me. Because now I know what you're saying. I'm not cool with, at least not in front of me. I'm not cool with watching some white supremacist on the Democrat side do anything either. I'm not cool with that. Other groups don't play with that. Other groups, you notice how them folks argue with each other all day long? They'll fight each other. But the moment we try to get in and get at them, you notice how they super cop up real quick? Because my grandfather told me a long time ago, he said, son, two white sheets don't fade on another. And I say, what does that mean? He said, when you see them folks fighting each other, they want to kill each other. Don't you dare try to side with any one of them or intervene, because when you watch them fighting, they know to stick together and they go both of them come against you. And that's the truth. He told me that when I was a kid. And I know that. But black folks don't think like that. Another thing, the LA Times, a major publication. They set up there and said Larry Elder was the freaking blackface of white supremacy? Huh? Once again, he raccoons. Yes, he do. This dude say some silly things. And that's why a lot of us don't take him serious. But how Larry Elder is the black face of white supremacy? How did Larry Elder mass incarcerate any black people? Oh, I'm sorry. The current president helped do a bill to do that. Wouldn't he be the face of white supremacy, the current president? How many black people did Larry Elder kill and get off of killing black people? Like, how is he the black face of white supremacy? That's the silly things like that black folks will say, well, shoot, he was cooning, so let him do it. No, it's not about him at that point. Because we telling them folks, any black person that get out of Democrat line, you could be racist as hell to them. You could lie on them saying whatever, and we cool with it. Like, yeah, do that. He deserved that anyway. When the white supremacists on the left and the white supremacists on the right, they both with each other. Y'all ain't figured that out yet? Didn't. Jesus Christ. This is what I'm talking about. Lord, help me. Help me have patience. God, give me the patience and strength. Please give it to me. Did I not say I called out Larry Elder? I just made a freaking video calling him out about saying compensating slave owners. Didn't I say that? I got a whole video I'm going in on him. It's not about even him at that point. You don't let a white publication say somebody's the black face of white supremacy. A black person can never be the face of white supremacy. What power do we have to be the face of it? We have no power in this country to do anything to anybody. And these people, like I say, if I was him, I'd sue they behind and get paid. I mean, it was me. Because that's a lie. Then you look at the Nicki Minaj situation going on right now. You follow that, right? Let me see how I can say this and not get in trouble. Basically, Nicki Minaj was saying, use your brain, do your research before you do anything that you want to do with your health. Let me say it like that. And immediately, Joy, Mamie Reed pounced on her, didn't even read all the tweets. She never said not to, take care of your health. Let me say that. She never said that, but she just pounced on her immediately for them folks with two Mzungu men sitting right there. Why? That was dumb. Dr. Fauci came out. All these people came out like dogpiling on that woman. And now she's swinging back at them, and that's cool. But they were lying on her in the media. And the good thing is she was screenshotting it in real time and showing how they were lying on her. So any black person that doesn't stand in your place, because you know how black people, they used to say, well, black people got to know their place. Well, it's still the same today with these Democrat Party. You better stay in your place, black people. You better vote Democrat. You better repeat our narratives. You better do everything that we say. And if you step out of line, it's going to be hell to pay. First, it's going to be hell to pay with your black family. Let me not get to them. With your black family, you're going to be hell to pay. I've done many Instagram lives where black people have told me my family attacked me because I was thinking different, or I want to vote independent, or I don't want to vote for nobody because they're not offering a black agenda. We got to get past that section first, our own families. Then you get to the white supremacists. So then you get to people like Dr. Fauci, where he can just shoot down anything you say. Like, who elected him? Who elected him? This man has been around all these years, and whatever he says, he's supposed to be God or something. That man don't know if he's coming or going. How many things this man has said he been dead freaking wrong? I'm not gonna go fully into it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He the last one I want to listen to at this point. In my opinion, this is me. I'm talking about me. I guess because I'm getting older, I'm thinking a little bit different, and I'm using a little bit more wisdom. Is that it's our job to check the raccoons in our community, check them, let them know about themselves, Check them. Check them, check them, check them. Please do. I'm with you. I'm going to check them. Call them out. Please. But when you see them folks doing a certain thing, kind of like a lynch mob, I'm like, all right now, look, all right, that's enough. Because let's say they didn't say something, you could have said it. And maybe you're not one to raccoon. They'll do the same thing to you. That's how I think about it. If we give them a green light on certain people, then when they want to do a green light on you, then you're like, hey, that ain't right. Well, you let them do it to this one, so they think it's cool. The white supremacists, it don't matter about their political party. I'm telling y'all, both of them are in cahoots. Both of them. The key is in politics is play the game. You don't let them know, oh, y'all, like, that's why I say I don't worry about black people. We got them. We got their vote. And all they got to do is use the words racism, systemic racism, equity, social justice, racial justice, police brutality. They talk about all those different things. And they don't have the George Floyd bill, taking away qualified immunity. Then they're playing the game. Well, it's Joe Manchin. He doing it. And Kristen Sinema. See, we need to vote in more Democrats so they won't even have any kind of leverage on these bills. Man, look. How Joe Manchin was sure there when the Asian hate crime bill showed up, didn't he? There wasn't no complaints about Joe Manchin then. The Democrats control everything right now, black folks. What happened to H.R. 40? It was supposed to be a study, right? They don't even want to give you a study. And let's say that the Republicans filibuster. Fine. Joe Biden himself can write an executive order and say, I'm putting together a presidential commission to study reparations, and they're going to come back and tell me how much it is. He could do that. Now, if he do it, he took my idea. I'll make sure you say he got different Phil and Uncle Phil now. He could actually do that if he wanted to. He didn't even do that whatsoever. You understand, ladies and gentlemen? Only thing I'm trying to tell y'all is try to think a little deeper at times. Stop watching CNN and MSNBC and taking all your information from them because they're going to infect your mind. They're going to infect your mind. They're going to put fear in you because they're trying to govern through fear. They want you afraid of this, afraid of that. I mean, like, who wants to live in fear? What's the point of that? If y'all hear any noise, it's my grandson coming through the door like he been let out of a safari somewhere. That's normally how he is, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, I didn't tell him we were live streaming, right? So you're hearing everything in real time. But anyway, when it comes to these people, I don't understand the loyalty. I don't understand the loyalty. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. What more could they do they haven't done to us already as a people? What are you afraid of? You're talking about a freaking virus. White supremacy is the virus. Trust me. White supremacy have killed more black folks than any other disease. Seriously. What are you afraid of? I'm not telling you not to be wise. I'm not telling you not to do what you need to do to protect yourself. No, I'm not asinine like that. What I'm saying is stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of them folks and stop being thinking about what they could do. If they can do everything they want to do to you anytime they want to, if they think so, but it is what it is. Either live like with courage. Don't die. Don't sit up here and live like a coward. Who wants that? Nobody respects a coward. And I don't know what's the spirit of cowardice that's in our community now. Cowards. You're scared of this. You're scared of that. You're scared to take a stand. You're scared. It's always scared. Scared people stay slaves. But the people that's courageous think for themselves. They think for themselves. They have their own mind. Nobody can just tell them anything. You give me something, okay, thank you for that. Let me go read that for myself. Let me go research that. Let me go, you know what I'm saying? No, they don't want to hear the word research, read for myself, come to my own conclusion. They don't want to hear those words because at that point, you told them your word ain't crap until I make sure it is. And that's how it should be our just standard operating procedure. You talk about medical racism all day long, but you sitting up there trusting them? I mean, I'm just saying. We talk about racism in the schools, and we still sending our kids over there instead of either building our own schools or homeschooling. How we keep doing that? I'm just asking questions. It's just me, and maybe y'all can respond in the chat. Oh, let me respond to this. So one person said, hear me now. Scared people move to Africa. Oh, boy. The level of ignorance is amazing. So I guess the Chinese, they're afraid because a lot of them stay over there. White Americans stay over there. Some black Americans stay over there, too. Let me think. Who else? Hispanics have moved over there. Indians have moved over. I guess everybody there is just scared. Everybody, right? Everybody's just scared. See, people like that, ladies and gentlemen, is why this community go nowhere. Because that kind of person right there is not contributing nothing to even black America. They're not contributing crap. All the only thing they got is a mouth. They're not building no institutions in America. So we're not talking about Africa. We ain't mention Africa too much in this live stream. We ain't mention it. But that's people that don't contribute nothing. Because people that contribute something, man, they understand that we live in a global society and we got to connect globally. These white folks are in every freaking country. They trying to have, their connections in different countries. You understand? They do that. But you can't do that because you can't see outside your neighborhood. You probably ain't left your city. Probably ain't left your state. What kind of life is that you don't leave your city, you don't even leave your state? You don't even see America. Forget going to the continent. You don't even see America. You're okay with mediocrity. And this is why our community don't get nowhere as a collective, because of people like that made that comment. Because they have no vision for not even the country they live in. They don't offer nothing. They don't build crap. But they always got to talk. And see, it's people like that in our community. It's why, some people that try to build things, that person is the one that would try to tear it down. You don't need white supremacy to tear everything down now. It's that type right there. They would tear down a black school. They would tear down different institutions that we build up. Won't support black businesses. They ain't no good in America, and they're sure not going to be no good in Africa. It's just the truth. We have a group of people, and they get mad when I say this. When I say 2/3 of us not going to make it, that's what I'm talking about. Good to black America. Good to the black world. You're not. You contribute nothing. You do nothing. And you do that by choice. You just taking up space and ruining it for other black people. And and the sad part about a lot of that, ladies and gentlemen, is people like that attack our young people. Our young people trying to expand their life and trying to see different things. And it'd be a person like that comes in and talk them out of it. "30, 40, 50 years old, ain't got nothing going on. How you live that long when you don't do nothing for yourself?" Hold on, I see somebody in the chat. Give me a second. Hold on. Somebody was in the chat. Give me a second. Somebody was in the chat. Trying to see who it was. Oh, yeah, shout out to Go Black to Africa. Yeah, well, it's not even about leaving, brother. They afraid to leave their neighborhood, brother. It don't even talk about going to no continent. They can't even go to freaking New York or Florida or whatever state is away from them. They scared to go do that. Ain't about no continent. I told you we got a group of people in our community that's no earthly good, and they just in the way. And the majority of them probably go vote Democrat, and you know what I'm saying, and keeping us in the condition that we in. That's some people that say at least Biden better than Trump. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been on here a minute. I've been ranting. Y'all got me on a good rant tonight. I've been ranting pretty good tonight. Y'all caught me on one tonight, and that's a good thing. You're right. Some people are scared of success because they're lazy. Some people just lazy. It's not even being afraid. Some people just lazy. Some people don't want it because it's a choice. It's a choice. Some people are lazy by choice because anything that you have, you got to work hard at it and work smart. Make sure I say work smart. You have to do it in that manner. And some of them want to sit around and cross their legs and wait for a daddy government to give them something. They don't want to go build anything. And then when they give them something, they'll still complain about that too. Oh Lord, y'all mentioned it. I'm not even discuss that. You know what? I'm not gonna even go there. I'm not gonna go there tonight in this chat. What y'all talking about? Well, let them pick their slave owners. That's what they want to do. My thing is just stay out of our way. Go over there. Just stay there. Don't get in our midst. Don't talk. Don't say nothing. Just to stay. Like if you're gonna watch, learn, do it in silence. Don't come in here talking people out of things because you ain't done it. And then a lot of it is, y'all, with some of that traveling situation, a lot of them afraid a lot of y'all going to leave them behind too. That's what a lot of that is. They scared. More and more brothers and sisters are traveling all over the world. I was watching a sister that she lives in Iceland now, Black American woman. She's in Iceland. I mean, that's not a country probably I would want to move to. But hey, more power to the sister. She says she have a better time over there than she did over here. Black folks are going all over the place. Black folks are not sitting around here going to be arguing all day about no Jim Crow Joe. I'm not going to be sitting up here talking about all that mess forever either. My time gonna come to an end of all that talking with that too. At least in that aspect. I got other things I need to build up. Or at least try. Well, no, I'm going to build it. I'm not going to, because like I say, the life and death is in the power of the tongue. I'm going to build it. Okay, so you said you went to Greece and you saw a lot of black people from America there. Yeah, man, we all over the place, man. They was talking about prior to the pandemic that black Americans had spent around, was it like $60 billion in travel? Black Americans. I'm like, anytime we travel, oh, it's news. Oh my God, the Negroes. Why are they going to these different countries? They were really freaking out about the year of return. Now I know people got their criticisms of that. I don't care. Ghana didn't make you go over there. You chose to go over there. You chose to spend your money. You spend your money in all kind of festivals here in America, and you don't talk about, oh, well, this festival took all black people money, and they did this. Man, look, you chose to go. You chose to go. What's wrong with black people getting the money, dog? You go to these NFL games, you don't complain about NFL taking your money, and the white folks taking your money at the hotel, and white folks taking your money at the bar, and everywhere else that you go, you don't complain about that. But the moment somebody else have something, oh my God, it was a finesse. The year returns a finesse. They didn't finesse you. You chose to go. A finesse is you went to do something and it was deceptive. Nothing was deceptive about it. You chose to do whatever you chose to do. What you mean finesse? You don't even know what the word finesse, scam mean at this point if you're talking like that. Because I went to California back in August, I got finessed because I went to California? And I chose to do that? How? Thank you, Sister Portia. Sister Portia donating. Appreciate you. You said you live in Qatar. Okay, I'm looking at my phone here. Okay, let me see my brother here live in Qatar. Thank you, Reese, for donating. I appreciate you. Black folks, we all over the world, man. I say, and listen, brothers and sisters, listen to me. Leave these people behind. Leave them behind. Leave them behind. You know why I say leave them behind? Because one thing about us as black people, when we see too many of us doing a certain thing, we're like, man, how he did that? How she did that? Man, I need to get up on that because I don't know why they going over there for, but I want to go too because something over there that I'm missing out on, I don't know. Don't worry about black folks saying, we can't afford to go. Don't listen to them because they'll find money when they want to. I know my people. When my people want to do something, they find money. They find it and they'll get it. Trust me. We are very resilient people. Very, very resilient people. I'm tired of this pole mouthing and we ain't got nothing. We not gonna be nothing. Man, don't come over here with that with me. Because I know my people. I know who you are. I know who you are. The only reason you pole mouthing is because you gave up. Well, the wealth gap, F a wealth gap. So? What they got to do with me and you about a wealth gap? Well, we gonna be at the bottom and you're right. You're gonna be at the bottom if you depend on these white folks. You're right. Oh, I agree. If all you do is depend on them and looking for them to get you out of what we in now, you're right. We're gonna stay at the bottom. I'm with you. But the Lord said to save yourself. What did he say? If you take a step toward him, he'll take a step toward you. All my brothers and sisters, you get out there, you create businesses, you create schools, and travel. Travel this country that you live in, try to see all 50 states. And travel this earth. It's a sad thing. You laying on your deathbed and all you saw is your neighborhood, a whole freaking earth, and all you saw is your neighborhood. What kind of life is that? That's a life by choice. How do you stay in the confines of one area all your freaking life? Even dogs got more sense that they get out, they want to run away and go do something else. You travel this earth, you get your passport, and leave these people behind. Let me tell you something. You can't be around people that's negative and not going nowhere and pole mouthing and all that. Stay away from them people. I'm a firm believer it's better be on a mountaintop alone than at the bottom with full of people. No, I'd rather be by myself if that's the people I got to be around. Don't let your family talk you out of anything. Use your mind. You want to travel. You want to start a business. Whatever it may be. If you're not with me, you're against me. Think like that. Oh, man, I like to travel. I like to go to, let's say, whatever country that you want to bring up. Why you want to go do that? It's not safe over there. I live in America. What the hell? My skin is sin in this country. I can get killed any moment here. What are you talking about? It's not safe. You act like we live in a freaking utopia for black people in this country. Why you bring up safety? Because you don't feel safe because mass ain't running it? That's why you don't feel safe? I know that's what it is. Oh, they could rob you over there. Do you look at the news? Robberies happen here all the time. Well, man, they could grab you and traffic you. America is a trafficking hub. Do you look at the news? You see how many of our children come up missing? Everything these people tell y'all when y'all want to travel to different places, I'm not saying don't do your research. Please, you got to. Some of your best research you can do is go and look in whatever country you want to go to. There are many black expats making videos about these said countries on YouTube. So it's actually easy to hear from different black people or whoever you want to listen to that day, right? So don't be like the people that don't want to do crap. Please enjoy your life. Enjoy it. You shouldn't be stressed all the time. You shouldn't be developing mental illness, because this place will give you mental illness. Seriously. I thank God for all the people that work with me here. Because now doing this platform by myself, it was causing me a lot of problems. So and then the pandemic hit in, all that stuff, so that made it even worse. So I couldn't travel like I wanted to. But please, travel. Take your children. That's another thing. Take your children with you. Let your children experience flying on an airplane. Let your children experience different things in their life so they can be more well-rounded. You know, my little girl and my grandson then seen more states than I seen at their age. And she's 7 and he's 2. You know what I'm saying? Take them, you know what I'm saying? We want to take this big family trip. I'm trying to plan that eventually to the continent so all my kids can see it. So they can get, you know, like I say, your kids need to be well-rounded. Having a kid in the same neighborhood every day, all day, you know, Pookie and Ray Ray on the corner. That's not motivating to a black child, seeing Pookie and Ray Ray on the corner, waiting for a chance to rob something or deal drugs. That's not no kind of life for our children. Bring our children different places. Let them try different types of food. Let them experience different cultures. Yes, we're black people. I love black people. I'm always going to be around them. But it's more than black people living on the planet Earth. You got to know how to deal with different people at times. So go around different places. Learn. Let our children be like white folks take their kids everywhere. Their kids be in this country, that country, this state. White folks will go down to the black restaurants and all kind of other things. I've seen them do it. They the only white folks in there, and you look at them like, they like, oh yeah, so, you know, white folks don't care. They'll come up to you, talk, man, I love this place. They have good food here. It's a black restaurant. I was like, and I ain't got no problem with them. They ain't being racist. Okay. Travel. And I know someone gonna say, well, we ain't got the money white people got. You mean to tell me you can, trust me, if you can afford Jordans, if you can afford Louis Vuitton, that Mercedes, and everything else y'all like to buy, you can afford some plane tickets. Southwest Airlines give you deals every Tuesday through Thursday. They do. Save your money. Just want to try to encourage y'all to say, you know, I just want to just be encouraging with that. Because you got to let some people go. If they're not encouraging you, you need to get away from them. Even if they family, even if they friends, make new friends. Sometimes you don't need a friend. Like I said, I can do bad by myself. I don't need no help. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Thanks you and your channel. I got my passport a few months ago. I'm not letting that go to waste. Brother Randy Johnson. Let's say, hold on. Yeah, make sure I say his name. Brother Randy Johnson. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Whatever country you decide to go to, you know, I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Stay, if you can, stay 2 weeks. Now, this is my suggestion, Brother Randy. Stay in a 5-star hotel. Save your money and stay in a 5-star hotel, Brother Randy. The reason why I say 5-star hotel is not going to cost you a lot of money to do it over there. Number 2, when you travel, enjoy yourself. Stay in a 5-star hotel. Make sure you have drivers. Don't drive by yourself in a lot of these countries. Hire you a driver, you know, in a reputable company when you go. Do it like that, Brother Randy. Like, you should go there, and it's not going to break you to go to these different countries like you're talking about. Here in America, yeah, it's going to break you. But always 5-star hotel, brother. Always. Always. Figure it out online, save your money, go do your thing, brother. Or sister, go do your thing. Because when I'm in a different country, I don't know they hood or nothing. So I'm going to stay in a nice area, no matter where I go. Now, if you want to go to the village and all that, cool. Salute. But for me, I want to make sure I'm in my area. Sorry. You said Greece was cheap. Okay, awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, I've never been to Greece, but maybe eventually. But like I said, I'm trying to get more. I got to get back on the continent. That's my place. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, thank you for watching and listening. I may chew on some of you at times, but it's chastisement out of love. I would love for you to change your ways. I love you to change them and come on over here to the good side. That's all. And if you change your ways, sometimes it takes chastisement to change. And you may thank me later. You may say, no, I couldn't stand your behind about a year ago. But man, I actually listened to what you said. And man, it's working out. And I've had that people tell me that many, many times. Okay. So y'all, thank y'all for listening. See y'all on the next one.